Recovery is the opportunity of a lifetime. To wake up in the morning and not have the urge or the feeling to have to use. We become a slave to drugs, having to fight that battle every day. You don't have to wake up and feeling like that again. I'm Stephanie Pleasance, and I live in Raleigh, North Carolina.
I'm Lawrence Parks. I'm 28 years old. I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Clark Troy. I'm from Chapel Hill. I was born in Durham.
I'm actually Patricia Pearson. I came here as Patricia Gicks, and so this is what recovery gave me, a whole new life.
I'm a garden variety alcoholic.
I've known that I've always had a problem.
It snowballed effect after my father passed away. He committed suicide. I was 14.
Frankly, I consider myself very fortunate to have gotten sober when I did. I'm coming up on 30 years, so 1991.
I haven't found it necessary to pick up since June 28, 2015.
My sobriety date is December 5th, 2017.
I'm like a baby in this recovery thing. I'm only going on 5 months clean now. I don't know what it is, because every time I hit my bottom, I have good intentions of, okay, I need to be clean for the rest of my life. And then there's, I get on the up, and then I'm just like, just one more.
Welcome to our 8th annual Capital Recovery Rally. We are glad to see you here. We are here today to celebrate recovery, your recovery, the recovery of your friends, family members, all of us who are here and have survived sometimes unspeakable hardships. We are able to stand strong because we have the support of our communities.
People say, oh, you got to hit bottom, go to the bitter end. How many times did I hit bottom, and how many times I said that?
People have their bottoms. I've had a million bottoms.
I think I lived at rock bottom.
I had, a couple of blackouts. Like one of them, I remember I woke up at home and not knowing what had happened. And then the next week, we went into a bar, and this bartender says to me, it's like, you got a lot of nerve coming in here after what you did last week. And I was like, what are you talking about? I wasn't in here last week. And he's like, yes, you were. Like, you stole beer from that cooler there in the back, and you were picking a fight with me. And I was like, holy crap.
I have this rest in peace t-shirt on. This is my girlfriend. She was shot and killed right in front of me. You would think that was my bottom, but it wasn't. I fell asleep at the wheel, and I woke up crashing into a pole. Like, I woke up in the middle of the crash. Then I went back to get my stuff out of my car when I seen how bad that car looked, and I called the last rehab I went to back, and I told them, I need you guys to come get me now.
On the way to work one day, I pulled on the side of the road, and I just stopped and I cried. I just knew I wanted something more.
I didn't know who I was. I didn't know even what color I liked. I was tired of not taking a bath for 7 days, nowhere to go, no money, no job. The family don't say, hey, we over it, we done with it. I just wanted a new way to live.
I just stopped. I gave up. And that right there was my gift of desperation. Walked up the healing transition steps, and I stayed there for 3 months.
I went into my first AA meeting, and I was like, wow, this makes sense, and this is going to save my life.
I was just walking in there to get the needle out my arm. I wasn't looking to become sober off everything. As long as I didn't have to put the needle in my arm. That was my main objective. 3 months into the program, I wanted more.
After 3 months, I was like, okay. They say, hey, they give me 3 meals a day. They got a closing closet. You needed nothing. When they told me to come, they say, you need nothing. So, and it was like, oh, wow.
Good morning, recovery world. Look at the definition of the word, and it says recovery is a return to a normal state of health and mind or strength after a period of difficulty, right? So that's pretty broad, right? So I spent 5.5 years in the North Carolina Department of Corrections behind some poor choices I made. So I was out of tilt. I was off normal there for a minute, right?
I mean, I love the recovery community. You know, I'm all about it. If it wasn't there, then I'd have this good job I have now. And again, I'd forget where I came from.
I don't want to ever forget where I came from. Those memories, those thoughts, and to be honest with you, just seeing people just still going out and coming back in, man, like what it reminds me to let me know that this stuff is still, 7 years later, it's still doing what it do.
The halfway house I'm at has flipped so many times, you know, as far as people being in and out. That used to be me. You know, I wouldn't last a week somewhere, I wouldn't last a month somewhere.
Everything in your life, like if that's not good for you, why you keep going there? If I keep going down that road and keep every day, I get these type of feelings. Every time I drive through there, I see that, hey Pat, you might want to do something different. I'm not going that way anymore. I find a different route.
I spent well over 19 years in addiction. The classical conditioning and the cues that I've learned throughout the process, these are not normal things that people learn. So I still have to struggle with those urges and those cravings.
I like to say that I get, in AA terms, that I get just enough signals to remind me that I'm an alcoholic. Like there's just enough times that I think, man, that looks kind of good. And I go, you know, oh, no. Like that's your illness talking.
When I have those thoughts, because hey, I still have those. I still have those thoughts of, nobody would know. You know, it wasn't that bad. So, but what I do is I remember that cycle. Because once I pick up, I go through a whole cycle. I pick up. Now I'm on the go. I'm stealing. I'm doing whatever it takes to get the next one, and you know, cause it's all gonna come to an end. So when that comes to an end, where I'm at, I feel like crap. You know, nobody's in my life. I don't know which way to turn. It's just the misery. So I don't do a commercial break. I play that all the way through. I play that tape to the end and say, do you want that? Is that where you want to go? Because that's what's gonna happen if you decide to pick one up.
You kind of, over time, I've realized that it's, you know, things are pretty much on me to take care of myself and my family.
You know, people think it's just you. It's not. It's your whole, my family, because we like this. We are really, real close.
Me and my mom has a relationship I've always wanted, but like right now, once I start doing good, my family's, you need this, you need that. It's kind of enabling in a way.
My family was big enablers for me, but when they had enough, they gave me some tough love, and they just got back. They didn't stop loving me, but they stepped back.
My family's, they've keeping me at a distance because they see me do good so many times, and they're just like, you know, we're gonna see how long you're gonna keep this going.
Right now, today, my girls, when I go home, they think I feel like a superstar. I don't earn their trust back, you know, because you can lose trust and be respect just like that, but it's so hard to gain back.
Right now, my son, my mom, and everybody they just have to go on the back burner, or it's gonna happen again, and then they'll be on the back burner for who knows how long.
Towards the end of the program, I was allowed to be able to go stay at my mom's house, right? Like, this is the lady that told me, you're not welcome here. Even after some time, it's still, you can feel it. It's very rewarding, right? That's the goal.
So I want you to hang in. This is an opportunity for you to meet people that you have never met before who share the culture of recovery.
So much better able to manage the challenges of my life.
I already feel like I'm a whole nother person. Like, I have so much energy. I've been working on my body a lot and working out all the time. A lot of things that I probably couldn't take as far as maybe from people or situations, like I just tell myself, like, I've been through worse, I've been treated worse, and 9 times out of 10, it isn't really how I perceived it, you know, because I get real selfish, and, you know, people go through their own stuff.
You know, they say it's all about experience, strength, and hope, man. And for me, it's showing up, letting people, you know, see that, hey, that if I can do it, you definitely can do it. You know, they give them that hope shot.
Staying clean now is the easiest part. It is so easy. Like, that doesn't mean I'm exempt now. Hey, you know, hey, I never know, but, you know, I'm gonna stay in a recovery setting for a long time. You know, I don't want to stay with a whole bunch of people, but it's what needs to be done.
Every day that you get up, you get better. And some days you're gonna take, like you're gonna take a step back. But if you don't pick up and you keep moving, just keep taking a step forward. Just don't pick up. I don't care what you do.
Like, you could have a terrible day and you could like fly off the handle at your spouse, at your kid, at your boss. You could lose your job. You can do, you know, any number of like things that you will wake up the next morning and regret. But if you didn't drink or pick up a drug, at least you have that, right? And even if you did drink or drug, you're like, it's a slip. You have to start counting your days again, but it's still, you know, if you get back to a meeting, if you start again, you know, it's okay.
This is what I try to do in a day. Keep doing the next right thing. Treat people like you want to be treated. It's just life. Real simple life, you know, because it's going to show up. And so that's what I do, you know, man. I just try to do the next right thing.
I would never have guessed that this is what would have happened. I would have never dreamed that we would achieve sobriety for 4 years. If you would have asked me then, I wouldn't have believed it. Going to school, I wouldn't have believed it.
Really, I just got this fire in me right now. Like, you just can't put it out. I'm ready to go.
And it's so simple. We complicate it. On a daily, man, I just try to get up and do right by people and just love on Pat. I love who I am today. And every day ain't like that now. I'm not, you know, peaches and cream. It's not every day, but every day I get up, it's a joy.